Hey guys, what's up? I am back for first time in over a month. Um, took a break, which is pretty obvious based on the lack of content on my channel. Um, and it wasn't a break for any positive reasons, unfortunately. Um, Geno Smith got traded, and he was my favorite player on the team. He was our future. He was our franchise quarterback. And we traded him for a ham sandwich, maybe a Reuben sandwich, depending on what you like. But we traded him, and I've tried to record a couple of videos and over the past month, and I've just kind of lost that passion for the sport and for mock drafts and all that. I'm still a Seahawks fan. I always will be. It's just hard. It's hard to find that passion. You know. Let me turn my mic up a little bit. I don't know how it sounds. Because I'm not talking that loud. I'm not enthusiastic. Like I used to be. But I am still following draft stuff more now for the NFL as a whole instead of for the Seahawks purpose. And so today I'm going to go over my big board, um, do, as much in depth as I can without making it a 17-hour video. And then maybe down the line, I will do another mock draft or two for the Seahawks. I would love to get back into that. I'm going to live stream the draft all 3 days, and that's why I have this Google Sheet here so that I could do that. And I'm really looking forward to that. Just haven't really had the motivation to make Seahawks videos, and so I've put my time into just researching all of these prospects, and kind of doing it for the NFL as a whole rather than just the Seahawks, because it's been hard to focus really on this team, and because I don't agree with the direction the team is headed. I don't agree with the moves that this team has made in the offseason. Um, and if it were up to me, I would have done things the exact opposite. So I would have paid Geno Smith $50 million per year. I don't care. But John Schneider is pinching pennies. So whatever. Or maybe he's racist. I don't know. Because contract details after Geno's extension, he's getting like 1 million more per year than Sam Darnold. So can't even say we were saving money on it. So going through here, this right here is my draft order sheet. I did the same thing last year, and I'm going to scroll down for y'all. Can y'all see all of it? Yes. So I have all the way down, all 7 rounds, and my prospects go even further down. We are down to 700 prospects here, ending it off with Mr. Ashton Grable, right guard out of Florida A&M. But I did pro comps for a good amount of players. I'm not going to do it for all 700 because that's ridiculous. I did some team fits, mainly higher up, because when it does get later, last year I did, my best team fits, and I did 2 teams for each player, going all the way down to I think 300, which I wasn't going to do that because when you get especially down to day 3, it's all speculative. Really, I have no idea. I have no way of knowing. So I'm not really going to do that. I'm just going best team fits for some of them. If I'm looking at players and they jump out at me like, oh, they would be really good on this team, I'll put them there. But I'm not gonna try to get 2 teams for each player. I'm not gonna do that. If we come over here, I have my position colors so I can identify them. I placed my draft bets. I did this last year, and just to add a little fun to to the draft night, have some things to root for in the first round. So if y'all want to check these out, go ahead. Then I have trades for draft trades. It's all the same layout as it was last year. And this will be linked in the video description. If anybody wants to check it out, check out my numbered big board. Feel free to go ahead. I have pro comps down pretty far. I mean it's definitely spotty down here, but I definitely did up to like 280 pretty solidly. For pro comps, did some team fits, but have everything numbered and color coded by college here, as you can see. So if anyone is wanting to go in and check out where I have certain players ranked, feel free. And then one that's a little bit easier to navigate is this big board here. It's not numbered, but it does have the players in order here. You can see all my positions here. Let me move. I'll just move this real quick so y'all can see. We got, every position up at the top, and then if they're highlighted in blue, that means that I think they're a blue chip prospect. And then over here is what round I think they'll go in, or what round I have a grade for them in. And it goes all the way down UDFA, which these are still, I still have these. Let me remove the strike through. I was doing that because while I was doing my big board, I was going through, every player, and adding them to my big board, and I had to keep track of which players I was adding. So I had to strike through all of them to make sure I got all of them on my board. And then I have my priority UDFAs down at the bottom. I know they should be above the regular UDFAs, but have them down at the bottom here. So these are my top guys in the UDFA class, and then these are, the rest that I was able to scout. At least I could have gone to 800, maybe 900 prospects, but I figured, what's the point? We have 700, and there are 257 draft picks. I don't need to go beyond 700. So this will also be in the description if anyone wants to check this out. And yeah, today I'm just gonna go through kind of my favorite prospects at each position. So we can start. I can, as you can see, let's also talk about this. Maxwell Harrison, some allegations. So I dropped him down to 333 on my board. I'm not putting someone with rape allegations in a draftable range. He will probably go in the second round. The case is closed, but we don't know if he did it or not. But all the evidence and the signs point to him doing it. So that's why I listed him here as a cornerback / rapist, because signs point to he did it, and I cannot have someone like this in my draftable range. I do have a couple others there. Like I think Mike Green I dropped pretty far, and we will put / stalker here, because he does have those allegations. Don't know if they came through, but I can't put Mike Green in the first round with his size and his allegations. I just can't do it. And then I have a few more, like Clay Webb, which we can search here. Clay Webb, Mr. Clay Webb, interior offensive line / felon. And you can see I changed the color on their ranking with a red to know that they are a major red flag off the field. So listed him as a felon because he ejaculated into a water bottle and made someone drink it. So That's not gonna work for me. And then I think I have one more. Felon. Yes. Here we go, Mr. Kyren Lacy, the murderer. So I listed him as wide receiver / vehicular manslaughter because he was driving in his car and hit someone and killed them. And it's still like an ongoing trial. So I don't know how he's not in prison yet. But whatever, what are you going to do? Just so if y'all see that, y'all don't. Just so y'all know what I'm talking about. I could also throw one on James Pierce Jr., just like edge / lazy, because he's having serious off the field concerns as well, and that's why he's slipping to the back end here. So let's sort it. I have Abdul Carter here as my number one edge. So let's just go with edge first. We can go edge. I'll select all of them. So Abdul Carter is the top edge. Easily the top edge. Shamar Stewart is my second edge. See, I'm not going to talk about Abdul Carter that much because, I mean, it's obvious. He's obviously the number one edge. You know? You can't argue that. Shamar Stewart, though, I have at number 12, which is a bit rich for a lot of people. But his tools and his upside, I'm a sucker for him. And I really liked him in college. He has 1.5 sacks on this past season. But he's not a sack guy. He's a big power edge. And, I mean, he's not necessarily a get sacks guy, you know? But the tools are there. Speaking of tools, Michael Williams, he's got the tools as well. He's got the size, he's got the frame. Didn't necessarily have elite production at Georgia, but he was injured this past season. And I think if he gets healthy, I think Michael Williams has superstar potential in the league. I really like him. James Pierce Jr., his frame, he is small. He is lean. He is real lean for an edge in the NFL. I don't know if he's going to cut it as an edge. He could cut it as maybe an inside linebacker. I think he might be able to cut it there and come in on certain blitz packages. As an edge, not sure. I'm rooting for him. I also have Jalen Walker listed as a linebacker. It looks like the league is looking at him as an edge, and if they're looking at him as an edge, he's going to be late first, early second for me. But if he's a pure linebacker, he's top 10 on my board. James Pierce also with the off-the-field concerns, not really a work ethic, and he's kind of a locker room cancer, which is unfortunate because I really liked him. I knew he was going to do great at the combine. But Landon Jackson, he's got the size. Boy, does he have the size. He has the traits. Another guy that, didn't necessarily have it in college, but he has the tools, and I think he could be a really cool power edge for Mike. Nick Scorton is a guy that doesn't necessarily have the size. And a lot of people do have Nick Scorton in the first or fringe first. I'm a little bit lower on him. I think Nick Scorton could be cool if he wanted to bulk up a little bit. I think he would be really cool moving inside. In kind of that 4-eye role. I think he could actually do it, and I think that would be fun to watch him kind of split some snaps on the interior if he did bulk up a bit. Mike Green, he's got a deep pass rush bag. He's fun. He's really, really fun. His size, yikes. His size is a concern. His off-the-field issues are a concern. So I don't love him. I really don't like him. I mean, I would put him undrafted if the allegations do check out, I don't know how he's going to work out in the league with that size. Jordan Birch, a lot of places list him as an edge. I like him on the interior. I like him splitting snaps both ways. I do. I think he has the size for it. I think he could work as a big power edge, and I think he could get some 3-tech snaps for sure. I really like Jordan Birch. And honestly, I might end up bumping him ahead of Mike Green. I think that would be fun. Donovan Ezeraku, I am a bit lower on him than everybody else. The Boston College thing, he had insane production. He did. He had incredible production. He's just not really my guy. I tend to be wary of these guys that are, in the second, third range for most of the draft process, and then randomly in late March, they just boost up into the first round. I'm not one to buy into that. And if you do, that's fine. A lot of people do. I just don't. I don't see it. He's not my cup of tea. He's really not. Then we get down to I believe this is my 10th, right? Yep, this is my 10th. JT Tuimoloau isn't even in my top 10 edge rushers. That is how stacked this edge class is. But I got Princely Umanmielen. Not for the Seahawks. He is basically Boye Mafe to me. I really like Princely. I remember during the season when I liked him a lot in the first round. But he is really, really fun. He shows a lot of promise. Him and JT Tuimoloau are basically neck and neck here. I really like JT for the Seahawks. I think he shows a lot of potential. Braden Swinson, I am a bit low on him just because there are other prospects at other positions that I like so much more. But Braden Swinson is really fun. I think he led college football in pass rush win rate. Or he was second to Josiah Stewart, who, as you will notice, I don't have listed as an edge here. I have him as a linebacker. I think if you put him at an edge position in the NFL, he's going to fail. You put him at linebacker, I think he's going to do pretty damn good. We can talk about some other players. I have a nice grouping in the late fourth here with Tyler Batty, Tyler Barron, and Savion Jones. Really like all of these guys. I'm higher on Tyler Batty than a lot of people. I see him in the late 7th or undrafted a lot of times, which sucks. I really, really like Tyler Batty. And if we could get him at 137, I would be ecstatic. David Walker, I don't really buy into it. I have here, he reminds me of Muhammad Kamara out of last year's draft. I like him, but smaller school guy. He has, really small frame, and I'm not sure how well he's going to work out in the league. I do have Antoine Powell-Ryland relatively low. A lot of people have him in the 4th, 5th. I'm not there yet with him. Same with Ethan Downs. And then if you want to go down, look at all of my edges here. Just so you guys can get an idea where I have all my edges at. Ethan Burke, I understand I am pretty damn low on him. I could move him up for sure. Same with Nate Matlock. I do like Nate Matlock a lot, especially what he was doing later in the year. But overall, this is how we're looking at edge. Now we could go defensive interior and nose tackle. So I have Kenneth Grant over Mason Graham, which is, I get it, it's kind of crazy. But in terms of potential, I love Kenneth Grant so much. He is so fun. I really love him. Mason Graham, I think, is fine. I don't think he has superstar potential. I think he'll be great in the league. I think he'll be really good. I can't say he'll be great. I'm not there yet for him. Derek Harmon, I have him as my 3rd defensive tackle in the 1st round. No others. It's just his size and his traits. He could develop into something. He could develop into a superstar. His size is amazing. I really love Derek Harmon and his potential. If he somehow falls to 50 at the Seahawks, I'm not even batting an eye. I'm taking him, even though we already have multiple 3-techs. I don't care, dude. He is so fun. Tyreek Williams, I have at 34. Nose tackle, I think he could play. It's iffy. I think he will play nose tackle in the league, but, he could play 3-tech. It's hard to say. But I do like him a lot in kind of that versatility role. But overall, as a nose tackle, if the Seahawks do end up taking him, I think he should play nose tackle. Walter Nolan, I'm relatively low on him. A lot of people have him nearing the top 10, which is interesting to me. I'm not there yet. I think he's a really good pass rusher, but his run defense is not anything to write home about. I'm just kind of, he's good. I'm not first round range on him. Darius Alexander is someone that I took to the Seahawks a lot in the 5th round during the season. I loved Darius Alexander, and now he is shot up out of a cannon. He has shot up draft boards, and I completely understand why. He is older. I think he's 25, gonna be 26 when the season starts, or nearing it. But, if a team is looking to win now, and you want to get that older, experienced guy to solidify your interior, I think Darius Alexander is a great fit. Alfred Collins, we talked about Jordan Burch. Alfred Collins, I really like this guy. As a nose tackle in this league. I think he's really, really fun. Just a big body to sit in there. And if we could pair him up with Byron Murphy, I would be pretty happy about that. Joshua Farmer is fun. There's not, for me personally, honestly, this defensive interior class, after you get past like these first round to fringe first round guys, a lot of these guys kind of just mesh together. There's no one for me that necessarily stands out as that next guy or that day 2 steal. You got Joshua Farmer, Shamar Turner, Omar Norman Lott, I like a lot. Jamari Caldwell, I'm very high on him. I like him. I love him as a nose tackle in the 3rd. I think he's really, really fun, and he's a surprisingly good pass rusher. But he is quick for his size. CJ West is fun. Jordan Phillips is fine. But again, I'm pretty low on TJ Sanders. I've watched his film, and the way he moves, I'm not all that intrigued. I think he's pretty undersized, and I don't know how he's going to work out. JJ Pegues is really fun. I have him as the last pick in the 4th round. He's really fun. Nose tackle and fullback. He's good, dude. He is good. You can give him the ball, hand him the ball off in that fullback role, and he will run 10 yards. I love him. Aeneas Peebles is fun. Deontay Walker, we can talk about him. I'm very, very low on him. How do I say this? The only thing he has going for him is his size, really. He can't stop the run. He can't rush the passer. He has no bag. He has no skills or moves in his bag. He has nothing. He's just a giant man. And if you look at his body, he might have the worst frame I've ever seen for a defensive lineman in the NFL. Who's the guy out of Florida? Desmond Watson. I think it's Desmond Watson. It's Cameron Jackson out of Florida that I'm thinking of, maybe. Desmond Watson, I think it is. They have the same body, and Desmond Watson is 460 pounds. Whoever his trainers were just failed him completely. I mean, Deontay Walker, and he gets so exhausted too on the field because of how big he is, because of his gut. He could be out there on first downs, and that's it. I don't like him. I'm not a fan. Howard Cross is fun. he's not a nose tackle for me. Move him to 3 tech. Don't keep him in nose tackle. He's 185 or 285 pounds. Please don't keep him at nose tackle. Whoever drafts him. Zeke Biggers is fun. I like Zeke Biggers. Vernon Brockton, I'm relatively lower on him, but he does have the tools. He has the tools. He has the length. If someone wants to draft him in the 3rd or 4th, I understand it completely. Jay Toya, I'm really high on him. I like Jay Toya. He reminds me, you can see here, reminds me of Siaka Ika. But I really like Jay Toya. I think he's fun. And then Cam Horsley is another guy I really like. T.R. Tart kind of guy. I really like Cam Horsley. Going down the line here. Chidozie Nwankwo is someone that I do really like. He kind of popped out just in the last couple weeks. I started watching his film a bit more, and man, I like him. Javari Ritzy is fun. There's no one else really, I think, that pops out late down here. I mean, Ricky Barber is fun for sure. Junior Tafuna is fun. People have him draftable, which I understand. But no one else really. Tommy Akingbasote, PFF is really high on him. I think they have him in the early 200s. I'm not there with him. So this is it for defensive interior. Now let's go. What position we got next? Let's go linebacker. Let's just move down the let's see. I guess I'll do just all the ones that say linebacker here. So Jalen Walker is my number 1. I already talked about him. I think he should stay. He should stay as a linebacker. Giad Campbell, really, really fun. Have him at 11. And then there was a big fall off to Carson Schwessinger. He's really fun. He moves really well. And honestly, if he transitioned to safety, I think that could be really fun. Split snaps between linebacker and safety, and I think he could be really good at that. We got Pupal. Some people are really down on Pupal. Same with Demetrius Knight. I don't know why. They're 2nd-round guys. Keep them there. Jeffrey Bassa, I think he should move back to safety, honestly. With the way he moves, I think he would be best fit for a safety position. Josiah Stewart, move to inside linebacker, man. Do not stay at edge. His size is he's not cut out for an NFL edge. It won't work out. Barrett Carter is fun, mainly just against the run. He cannot cover at all. Jack Kaiser I really like. I actually comped him to Ernest Jones. I really like Jack Kaiser. I think he's fun. Cody Simon is fun. I have him higher than most. He Ohio State. He just works his butt off, man. As Mike McDonald would say, this guy works his tail off. I really like him. Jay Higgins, I would have him in the 4th, like early 4th range, but his combine was just super disappointing. Then Kobe King, Cody Lindenberg, some late round guys. Danny Stutzman, I think he's fine. I had him as my linebacker 1 going into the season, but he's really kind of like Tommy Eichenberg of last year. He's good against the run. If you ask him to cover, you're screwed. Smail Mondin is fun. Teddy Buchanan is fun. Really getting down it. There are 2 Jalen Walkers in this class, by the way. 2 Jalen Walkers, just spelled differently. And they're both linebackers. David Gbenda is fun. Kareem Reed is fun. Tyreen Powell. Chandler Martin. I've seen him go in the 3rd in some mocks, which is crazy. Kane Madrano, I'm really low on him. He has maybe the highest missed tackle rate I've ever seen. It's unbelievable. Gathan Bernadelle out of Stanford. He is pretty fun. Overall, it's a pretty weak linebacker class once you get past the first 3 or 4 rounds. Now let's go over to Cornerback. Let's do it. All right. So I do have Will Johnson over Travis Hunter. I'm sorry. I do. We're looking at pure corner here. Now, I think Travis Hunter is a fun gadget guy. Maybe, just mainly red zone if you're looking at him on offense. He shouldn't be a wide receiver outside of some plays in the red zone. As a pure corner, Will Johnson is better. He's just better. That's how it goes, plain and simple. He is better. He had an injury, and now he's dropped down boards, looking to mid to late first round. It's disrespectful. Will Johnson completely healthy is the best player in this class. Will Johnson with an injury is still top 5 in this class. I don't care. He is top 5 for me. I love Will Johnson. He needs to stay in the top 5. He's too good to fall. Then Travis Hunter, of course. Trey Amos, I'm so high on him. I love Trey Amos. His floor is probably the highest in this class. If the Seahawks take him at 18, I would be ecstatic. I love him. I think he is, at worst, he is a very solid cornerback too in this league. He is really fun. Azareye'h Thomas, I've been a big supporter of him. I had him as my number 1 corner in the class. I had him top 10 on my board. And then just, his testing numbers just, it wasn't great. It kind of threw me off. But I still really like him as a first-round corner. Darian Porter I like a lot for the Seahawks, actually. He's really fun. He's really, really good in zone. And he's really fast. I love Darian Porter. Ben Morrison, I'd still take him in the first, honestly. He's fun. He's really good. It's just the injury, It's just the injury that's taking him down. But he was a top 10 player pre-injury. Then we go Savone Ravel. There are a lot of guys in like the second round range that have had injuries. Savone Ravel has had it's Savone, not Siobhan. Savone Revel has had a pretty serious injury, and I'm not a big believer in Savone Ravel. If the Seahawks were to take him at 50, I like how I said I was gonna go full all 32 teams and not focus on the Seahawks, but every player I'm talking about how I would feel if they go to the Seahawks. It's fine. It's natural. I'm a Seahawks fan. But Savone Ravel, I think he's fun. I wouldn't take him earlier than late second. I wouldn't. And if we get him in the second, I wouldn't feel super happy about it. Quincy Riley, I'm really high on him. I really like him. I think Quincy Riley, I do think Quincy Riley needs to, I comped him to Kobe Bryant here. I think he needs to take some safety snaps. Same with Noel Williams, honestly. And I put Noel Williams as, I should do the same here for Quincy Riley. I think they would both be really, really good if they move to safety. But staying at cornerback, I think they're still solid. Jalen Smith, man, he's fun. He's fun. A lot of people have him in day 3, late day 3. I don't get it. Jalen Smith is my guy in this draft. He's short. He's 5'10". So a lot of people think he's a pure slot corner. I don't see it. I mean, obviously I see it, but I think they're wrong. I just think they're wrong. I think Jalen Smith can play outside. I think he could play on the boundary for sure. And yeah, he's undersized, but his speed makes up for it. He's really fast and he can move well in space. I think he's really fun. I would take him in the 3rd. Denzel Burke is another fun guy. He had that one game where he allowed like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, I think, which really dropped his stock. But then later in the season, he kind of made up for it. So I like him. We got Dorian Strong. Zy Alexander is slower. He's a slower guy, which is why I think he should move to safety. Mello Dotson, I comped him to Kobe Bryant as well. So I have a couple Kobe Bryant comps. But he does remind me a lot of Kobe Bryant. Then we have the actual Kobe Bryant here. And I do think he should move to safety. I do. Honestly, he's not like... He doesn't wow me. So many Seahawks fans want him just because he has the same name as Kobe Bryant, our safety. But he's really not that good. Zoff Frazier, really fast. Jason Marshall Jr., honestly, I think I'm too low on him here. I think he should be in like the 140s range. Jason Marshall Jr. is really, really fun. And the only reason he's a day 3 pick is because of an injury that he had. If he was healthy, he would be a day 2 pick. So he is a great snipe in the 4th or 5th. Tommy Hill's fun. Jabbar Muhammad is not. I already talked about Maxwell Hairston. Don't need to give him any more of my attention. We got Odinel Fortune. He's fun. Miles Purchase. I like Bilal Cohn. I think he's pretty fun. Carlin Vigors. Triquezy Bridges. Just a good amount of guys down here. And I think we can also select here. I separated them, so now I have my nickelbacks too. Jahdae Barron is the first here. I don't think he should play on the boundary. I think he should stay in the slot. And I do have a first-round grade on him, but I just think he should stay in the slot. We got Jacob Parrish. Cam Miller I really like out of Penn State. I'm a big fan of Cam Miller. Jordan Hancock is fun. Upton Stout, Shamari Simmons. Mac Williams is really, really fun. I like him. Justin Wally I like too. Caleb Ransaw, he could move to safety, and honestly, I think he should. But I just have him listed as a slot here. Woody Washington is fun. Dante Kent, Cam Stone is a promising guy with some nice tools. Now let's go to safety. We can go strong safety and free safety. Okay. So my number 1 safety is Nick Emanwari. I know he doesn't have the production. He doesn't look as well as good on the field as Malachi Starks. But his tools, man, I comped him to Cam Chancellor. I don't care. I don't even care, dude. He is unbelievable tools-wise. I love him. Then I got Malachi Starks at 21. Probably the safest safety in this class. Kevin Winston Jr., I have him in the 2nd. A lot of people don't because of the injury. But if he gets back to his form pre-injury, he absolutely is worth a 2nd-round pick. He might be worth a 1st-round pick. Xavier Watts, I'm a bit lower on him just because there are players that I like better. Doesn't necessarily mean I don't think he's worth an early 2nd-round pick. Andrew Makuba is really fun. Lathan Ransom, basically neck and neck together there. I think they're fun. And I have Jalen Reed, Jonas Sanker. He's got size. I really like Jonas Sanker. Malik Dixon Williams, I would understand if you haven't heard of him. He is from UConn, and I am so high on him. Comp him to Jarek Reed II. I think he is the best special team safety in this class. Him and Hunter Wohler, who I have here at 188, I think are the best special team safeties. He is really, really good. I've been talking about him since midway through the season. I really like Malik Dixon Williams, and I would absolutely take him in the 5th. I love him. RJ Mickens is a fun guy, good special teamer. Sebastian Castro has fallen down boards a lot. He's a slower guy, which is unfortunate, but he's still fun. Malachi Moore is really fun too. Hunter Wohler, as I said, one of my favorite special teamers here. Billy Bowman's fun. Dante Trader is fun. DeRicky Wright, gotta love him. He's got a fun name. And then, the regular guys. Aubrey Burks is another good special teamer that I really like. Cameron Fabiculanan, I think he's fine. I think he needs to stop tackling with his head down. He tackles with his head like this. He charges at people like a bull. You're gonna have an ended career if you keep doing that. Shiloh Sanders is way down here. I'm not a fan of him. Akili Arnold is fun though. Tamarian Wilson, I think he should he should move to linebacker, honestly. I think he would actually be a lot better at linebacker. And then I'll scroll down. I got a lot of safeties here, just so y'all can see all that. All right, and that is it for the defense. And then let's go. We can just check out. I'll just show you all the kickers and punters here. I mean, I don't need to talk about him. I have one draftable kicker. It's Caden Davis at Ole Miss. I like him. The rest are UDFA guys. That's it. Now we can go with quarterback, which is the one that everyone likes. All right. Cam Ward, I have a second-round grade on him. I mean, Cam Ward is the top quarterback in this class. No doubt about it. He's easily the top. He has the tools. He's really fun. Shedeur Sanders has the highest floor in this class, I think. But I still have an early third-round grade on him. He's not my guy. Dylan Gabriel is my QB3, but he's still in the fourth. So they kind of all mesh here. I'm not a big believer in any of these QBs down the line. Dylan Gabriel, he has an arm, which is fun. Will Howard was really good in the playoffs, but I mean his combine, especially his throws, were just bad. Jackson Dart, I'm not a Jackson Dart guy. I am a Kyle McCord guy. Comped him to Kirk Cousins. I like him. Jalen Milroe as a quarterback is a 5th-round pick for me. As a running back, he ran a 4.37. As a running back, I think he's worth a 2nd-round pick. So you take Jalen Milroe in the 2nd or 3rd, you better be using him as a running back, and I'm fine with that. And we got Quinn Ewers, Riley Leonard. He's a fun guy. I like him. And he's fast. Tyler Shook, I don't like him at all. He is made of glass. He shouldn't be in the league. Curtis Rourke, Brady Cook. Max Brosmer is really fun. He has a really fun arm. And so if you're a team that's, maybe needs competition at quarterback, get Max Brosmer late rounds and just have him toss the ball up. He's fun. Then we got, Seth Hannigan, KJ Jefferson, DJ Ugalele, Cam Miller out of North Dakota State. Just some guys here. And then Garrett Green, I have him listed as a wide receiver here. I think he would be fun if he moved to wide receiver. And some people are definitely thinking he should move to wide receiver. I'm fine with him being a quarterback. Started for 2 years in West Virginia. But if he wants to move to wide receiver, I think he could try. He might have more success in the league at that position. But we'll see. We'll see. He probably won't make any practice squad. All right, then let's go to running back here. And this is a good class. This is a damn good class for running backs. I have Ashton Jeanty as the number 1. He has to be number 1. I had Omarion Hampton over him at one point just because of Ashton Jeanty's fumbling concerns. But, I mean, he's the number 1 back. He has to be. Omarion Hampton, then, he's really fun. I do think he's a 1st-round pick. Travion Henderson is really, really fun. He's the best pass protector easily in this class. And honestly, if the Seahawks got him at 50, I would be really happy. Caleb Johnson is next, then Quinshon Judkins, Dylan Sampson, Jaquindon Jackson. I am a lot higher on him than most. He played quarterback. He previously played quarterback in high school, and I think he could be a fun gadget guy, potentially a fullback, but he is really, really fast. He has great breakaway speed. I think he could be kind of a wildcat guy. I like him a lot. Then Cam Scatterboat, Jaden Blue. I like him. There's just a lot of guys here that are really fun. Bashal Tootin is really fast. Devin Neal, Woody Marks, Taj Brooks, Trevor Etienne. I mean, all these guys, you can't say anything too negative about them. They're all really, really fun. And even the UDFA guys, I mean, Donovan Edwards, he's really fun. Marcus Yarns, Jarquez Hunter, Trayshawn Ward, Nathan Carter. Like, this is how good the the running back classes. Nathan Carter, I have him outside of my top 500. Honestly, I think he could be a starting running back in the league. I do. I think he has that upside. There are so many guys. Ulysses Bentley the fourth is awesome. And I probably should have a lot of these running backs boosted way up. And I might do that. I'm probably gonna edit my big board. I still have, I'm still moving things around. We got, what's today? Today is the 7th when I'm recording this. We got a while till the draft. We got 17 days. So things will shift around. All right. Now let's go with wide receiver / vehicular manslaughter. Ted McMillan, top 10. Not much to say here. He's Drake London. He's really fun. Emeka Egbuka is also really fun. Pure slot guy. He's just like JSN. Matthew Golden is fun. Jaden Higgins I have in the first. I really, really like Jaden Higgins. Same with Alec Ayomaner and Jack Besh. I have them all in the first. Ahead of Luther Burden, who I have in the second. But Jack Besh is fun. Reminds me a lot of Cooper Kupp. I think he's a very, very good wide receiver in the right scheme. Alec Ayomaner, I don't think he should be a wide receiver 1 in this league. I think he would be an elite wide receiver 2. If you ask him to be a wide receiver 1, he can do it, but he's not going to be elite. If you allow him to be wide receiver 2, he could be elite, like Chris Godwin, who I comped him to. Alec Ayomaner's game against Travis Hunter, where he put up 300 yards and I think 3 or 4 touchdowns, just go watch it. He is unbelievable. And then we got a big gap between Luther and Savion Williams. Savion is a fun gadget guy, a lot like Cordero Patterson. Jalen Royals is fun. Kyle Williams, I'm high on him. I like him. And Ty Felton, he's very quick. Speaking of very quick, we got the quickest wide receiver, Dante Thornton Jr. I have him in the third. I don't care. Look, I know he's in that Tennessee offense. I know they make it easy on wide receivers. And sure, maybe this is just combine hype. I don't care. He's so good, and he has the potential to be DK Metcalf. He is so good. Torrey Horton, I'm higher on him than most. I like him. Trey Harris, he's all right. He's a lot of people, how many times, take a shot every time I say a lot of people. Take a shot every time I say a lot of people, and every time I say he's a lot of fun. You will be blackout in 2 minutes. But Trey Harris is, he's DeMarcus Robinson, who I comped him to. I think he's got a solid floor. I don't think his ceiling is that high. And I think he'll just be a solid wide receiver 3 in this league. And I think that's just where he is. Jalen Knoll, I'm lower on him. He's not my guy. Ja'Cory Brooks, though, I am high on him. I like Ja'Cory Brooks. I love his size. I love his speed. I love the way he moves. Oh man, I love his route running ability. He's really fun. Take another shot. Isaiah Bond. I'm not on the Isaiah Bond train. He had a real chance to break out and be a star wide receiver for Texas, and he got beat out by someone on his own team. There's not much more to say there. Then we got, my big board after that is pretty regular, Nick Nash, Isaac Tesla, Juice Wells, Kals, Caden Prather, which I think he could go in a third, honestly. I dropped Xavier Restrepo a lot because he ran a 4.8. How? You're a pure slot receiver. You're tiny. How do you run a 4.8? Get out of here. Ricky White, I still haven't moved him up. He ran a 4.4 at his pro day, which is a lot better. So I'm a lot higher on him now. Got to move him up. I like him. At the very least, fun return man and special teamer. Then, Andrew Armstrong, who I like. I think he's fun. Tez Johnson goes undrafted on my board. And then just some regular guys here. I got all the Colorado guys right together. Not a fan of any of them. And then here, if y'all want to see the rest of that board. Now let's go to tight end. Tight end and then tight end / fullback. All right. Tyler Warren's the number one. Great blocker, great receiver. He's a Wildcat back. He's a Wildcat guy. I love him. Then we got Colson Loveland, relatively high floor, probably the highest floor in this class. Good receiver, not so much a blocker, but he is a really good receiver. Mason Taylor, I'm high on him. I think he's a really solid blocker and a really solid receiver. I think he's a good all-around tight end, and I would love to take him at 50 for the Seahawks. Elijah Arroyo is fun if he can refine his blocking ability a little bit. I think he could be really fun. Gunnar Helm, he tested with an exploded ankle, so I'm not going to hold anything against him. Terrence Ferguson, Harold Fannin Jr. just dropped him a bit because he is very lean. He's a tweener. How is that going to hold up in the NFL when you're trying to block guys in space? I don't know. Jalen Conyers have him really high in the early fourth. Tight end / fullback. I think he's the best pure blocking tight end in the draft, and I think he could play fullback. He's a Wildcat guy. Mitchell Evans reminds me of Will Dissly, really good blocker. Can't ask much of him receiving wise. Jackson Hawes is the other fullback tight end here. He's really fun. Comped him to Kyle Juszczyk. I like him. Jake Brenningstool, really small hands, really small arms, which drops him a lot for me. Luke Lachey, Aronde Gadsden, another lean guy, just like Harold Fannin. How is that going to hold up in the NFL? But he is a good receiver. And then after this, everyone kind of, kind of meshes together. Benjamin Urasek was fun at he was fun at Stanford, but after he left, he did not have the season that we were hoping he would. CJ Dipre, he cranked it out at the bench press at the combine, and that boosted his stock for sure. Still don't have a draftable grade on him. Steve Klotz, oh my god, dude, Steve Klotz. This guy's size is unbelievable. He's 6'8", I think. I really like him and his potential. I think he's really fun. Everyone else just, kind of meshes together. There is a tight end called Holden Willis, which is fun. I like that. Now let's move on to the final position, which is O-line. Well, we'll go into tackles first. OT, I might have left tackle and then right tackle. Yes. All right. So my tackles, I have Josh Simmons at 3. I don't care. You could see my draft bets. Let's go check on my draft bets. I have Josh Simmons as the first offensive lineman drafted. And how funny is this that Josh Simmons is number 3 on my board and he's on the same line as my bet for Josh Simmons being the first offensive lineman drafted. I have this. It's $100 payout. He's so good. If he returns back to his pre-injury form, he is the best offensive lineman in this class, no question. I love him so much. He's my guy. If he doesn't get injured, he's the number 1 player in this class. He's so good. Armand Membu at 4. He's really good. He could stay at right tackle for any team or move inside, which is fun. Kelvin Banks, another guy that could stay at tackle or move inside. Same with Ariante Ursary. Ozzy Trapilo here. He's my favorite pure right tackle in the class. He doesn't move inside, but in terms of pure right tackle, I think he is the highest upside. I think he's the highest floor. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in the first. I would take him in the first, honestly. I've taken him at 16 to the Cardinals before. He's really fun. Emory Jones Jr., another guy with an injury that, shouldn't be slipping. Chase Lunt, really high upside guy. a Johnny Cornelius, another really high upside guy. Cameron Williams, here's a really high upside guy, but I can't get on the Cam Williams train. You need to be the Baltimore Ravens or the Philadelphia Eagles to be able to develop this guy. He is going to be a 3-year development plan. He's going to take so long to become a competent tackle in the league. I just can't do it. Then after that, there's no one that really pops out. Holland Pierce is fun. Jack Nelson, Jalen Rivers has the tools. I like him. Bryce Cabeldue had a great pro day. But then after that, for me, there's not really anyone special that I'm in love with. Then we can go to the interior offensive line. I guess we'll select this. And then we'll go left guard, right guard, and center. Okay. So I do have Will Campbell at 16, which is relatively low. I do have him as an interior offensive lineman, which I'm fine with. He has shorter arms. I think he should stay on the interior, but he is a really, really good interior offensive lineman. Donovan Jackson, have him in the first. I think he's the best pure left guard in this draft. He's really fun. And I did comp him to Laken Tomlinson. Don't think of last year's Laken Tomlinson. Think of prime Laken Tomlinson. I don't know why I sounded so whiny there. Gray Zabel probably plays center, could play guard. You could try to stick him in tackle. I think that would be a mistake. Comped him to Ethan Posick. I like him. Jonah Savaiania. He should play right guard. I think he could play left guard with his skill set. He's fun. Jared Wilson, really, really high ceiling. I think he needs a year or two of development, but I think he could be a top 10 center in this league. He's really fun. Tate Ratledge, best pure right guard in this class. He's fun. He is really fun. But I also said that Christian Haynes was the best pure right guard last year, and then he looked terrible, and now I want him to move to center. So, what do you know? Josh Connolly, I'm not in on him. He can't play tackle. He needs to move on the inside. Tyler Booker, I'm out on him too. He fell at the third for me after that combine performance. He has bricks for shoes. My lord. Marcus Bowe should play right guard, maybe center. People are talking about him as center. I'm not there. I'd love for him to play right guard. Wyatt Milam, I think, should play center, but probably anywhere on the interior. Dylan Fairchild is a really fun left guard out of Georgia. Luke Condra is a really good right guard. Tyler Cooper, I'm very high on him as a very, very solid backup in this league with starting upside. And Willie Lampkin, I'm actually going to put here interior offensive line / fullback. I think he should play fullback, but he is small. I think he could play any position on the O-line, on the interior, and he could play fullback. He's fun. Speaking of small, Jake Majors. Does Jake Majors have the smallest arms in the history of centers? He's good. It's just his arm length. I don't know how that flies at the NFL. Miles Frazier is fun. I think he should move to center. Didn't play it in college, but I think he should move to center. I think he would be good at it. Jackson Slater, small school guy, but it reminds me of Mason McCormick. I really like how he moves. He's really fast. I think he could be really good for an outside zone scheme. Joshua Gray, I think he should move to center, but he could stay on the interior and be a okay backup. We got some centers here. Marcus Ware is a really high upside right guard. I think he needs 2 years of development as a right guard, but he has the tools. He has the frame for it. I really, really like Marcus Ware. Watch some of his tape. He's fun. He just needs to refine some of those skills. And then after here, we got Josh Preeb is fun. Brandon Yates, I'm higher on him than a lot of people. After that, you got, some guys. Javonte Spraggins, I like. Clay Webb, in terms of skills, is a first round, is a draftable prospect, but after what he did, I cannot have him being drafted. And that is going to do it, I believe. Have we hit every position? I think we have hit every position. And if we didn't, that's going to be really, really disappointing if I missed a position. But, all right, guys, that is going to do it. My first video back in a long time. Just going over my big board. Hope you all enjoyed. If you want a deeper look, then just scroll down in the description. I'm gonna have this link and the link to this big board here. So what does that mean? Show chat. Oh, there's a chat. Oh, no one said anything. Okay. Well then, why did you tell me that about the chat? All right. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Later. Peace.